Welcome back, gamers. This is Winter. So in the last video we built can't remember what we built actually, but in this video I'm gonna try to build the Galactic Board of Trade and talk a bit about trading because it's a good way to make money in the game. But to build that Galactic Board of Trade, let's just find it in the buildings here. We need a bit more aluminum. We're low on. We need 850 aluminum. This is the bane of our existence, always needing aluminum. That won't be a problem in the future, but for now. So we have 734. We can buy some at the uranium enrichment plant here. So let's import some. 19,000 per 100. So we have enough to build it now, but I'm actually gonna, if taxes are owing soon or payroll, we're low on money, so we need to actually generate a bit more money and have a buffer there. So I'm going to do that in the Galactic, using the Galactic Freight, and I'm going to sell some stuff. So prices have kind of stabilized a bit, come back up, and the thing that's decently priced now is steel. So 575 per thousand, and we have quite a bit of extra steel. Not a huge amount, but we could sell some of this. So I'm going to sell a bunch. I'll probably speed up the video just so you don't have to watch me clicking a million times here. Not very exciting. So, but we generated I don't know, enough money to give us a buffer in case taxes come. So let's build the Galactic Board of Trade, and I have a spot over here kind of reserved for it. I would like to build it in the center of town because it's used a lot, but so here we go. It's a big building, but it's super useful, and it's gonna help us a lot in the future. The other thing about this Galactic Board of Trade is it actually generates money on its own. So it's kind of like the bank or the mint. So in the past I've actually built many of these just as a cash generator. But we'll just let that build. And back when I was selling there, I was selling gold. I had a lot of excess gold, steel, and what else did I sell? I can't remember. It's a few minutes ago. I sold, yeah, some ore as well, because we got tons of ore. Well, that's just finishing up. Let's see, there's some new research that came in the latest patch. Some cool stuff, and there's a bug with the graphics here, but I'll save that for another time. So the other reason we're building the Galactic Board of Trade is it unlocks some other things we need. We ultimately want to build this Archaeological Dig Site, which requires a lot of aluminum. Okay, it's done. So we'll talk about trading here. So there's a buy, sell, offers, and new offers. I generally use buy and sell a lot. Let's go into buy. So it's the price per 100. So even though it says like 5 per 100, you actually, I think that's maybe based on the last sale, but if you actually go in here, you can see, okay, so there is some food for sale at 5 per 100. So this is all from other players selling goods. So as you see, the price kind of goes up as you scroll down. Goes up dramatically. So some people are trying to sell food for up to 250 per 100, but you can buy it at 5 per 100. And the nice thing about this is, well, let's go in and try to sell some stuff. Let's do an example. So we want to sell, let's say, some, I don't know, what should we sell? Something we have a lot of, ore. So let's sell some ore. Actually, let's first look at what the ore prices are. So go to buy, ore, and go right in so you can see the latest price. So the latest price is actually 45 per 100. So let's sell some at 44 just to undercut everyone. So we go trade, sell, or let's say we want to sell 10,000 at 44 each. Actually, oh, there's a new transaction fee, 100 civics. Interesting. I guess that's okay. This is just an example. So, transaction fee. Okay, so 10,000 at 44, submit. And it'll actually use up the civics, I think, and it'll also take the ore out of my inventory. So it trade submitted. So now if I go to buy, should be able to see my own ore. There it is, 10,000 ore at 44. So hopefully someone will buy that. So you actually want to check what the game itself will buy it for. So we can check at Galactic Freight. Actually, I usually keep the other building, the mass driver, the lower version of Galactic Freight, just to, if I ever want to sell in lots of 100 instead of 1,000. So what is ore? $7 per 100. So we were selling it for 44 per 100. So sometimes you can sell to the game for more than the market is buying and selling for. I guess because prices people have massive supply of certain things, so they drive the price way down. So you want to compare the kind of the game buying price versus the Galactic Board of Trade, which is just players like adjusting the price. I may also link to a kind of a spreadsheet I made that's kind of graphing the history of prices. It's kind of a manual thing right now, but I'm going to make a more automated system to do that. But so what else? There's also offers and new offers. So yeah, maybe I won't talk about these right now. It's similar to selling, but it's basically like I would like to buy something. Let's say I want to buy ore at $3 per 100 and I don't want to spend any more. So I can put it in a buy offer. It's not actually buying it unless someone wants to sell at that low price. So it's a good way to kind of always have a buy order set up to be super low and sell orders to be super high. And then you make the spread between. So the other reason we built this is that so we can buy some alien artifacts. So we could build the dig site, but the archaeological dig site, but it costs 2,000 aluminum, and we don't have a lot of money. We could buy the aluminum, but if we buy the alien artifacts, we can maybe get around that. But no one is selling alien artifacts in low quantities. So, oh, someone is selling 100, but at 6 million each, which is kind of ridiculous. So maybe we'll just buy the aluminum instead. What's the aluminum price in here? So 11,000 per 100 versus what the game sells it at, 19,000 per 100. So much better deal to use the market. But you don't always get small quantities because people are selling in bulk. So let's see. It's cheaper, but we need to buy 100,000 of it. And we don't have $1 million. We don't have $1 million, so. And people are selling at 68,000 in smaller quantities, but that's no good for us, so we'll just buy it from the game. We need 2,000. We can't afford that right now. We could maybe import without going broke. A couple hundred. So what I ended up doing is selling some of our precious uranium. I sold 3,000 of it to raise some money to then buy some aluminum so we could build the dig site, the archaeological dig site. So I have a place for it over here. It's pretty big, it's 5 by 5. and it requires a lot of resources. Tons of ore, lots of wood, 10,000 civics. So let's get that building over here. And what this thing does is it generates one alien artifact every, I'm going to guess, every minute or so, maybe every 30 seconds. It's slow, so you need to build a few of them. There's an upgraded version of this that's even more expensive that generates kind of double the number of artifacts, or at least is pumping them out at twice the speed. So, but that comes later. I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch it or cut it out. So the deep dig site, archaeological dig site I should say, completed building, and I went and sold a bunch of stuff in the Galactic freight to raise more money so I could buy more aluminum, so I could build 2 more of these because they're so slow generating alien artifacts, and we needed 200 alien artifacts to build our next thing. So before they actually finished generating 200, I made an offer in the Galactic Board of Trade to buy a couple hundred at a pretty low price, and it actually got filled. So now I've got 444 alien artifacts. So now we can actually research ancient alien language. This is the thing I was after. So you need 200 alien artifacts, and this is going to unlock taxes. No, it's going to unlock a new building called, this one's kind of interesting, if I can find it. It's the Giorgio Institute for Alien Research, which requires some aluminum, so we're going to have to buy some aluminum first. Just a couple hundred should do. Oh, and we need 1 uranium. Oh, we're out of uranium. Actually, that's bad. Really bad. It means our power is going to go offline. We need to import some uranium. Okay, now we should be able to build it. Where should we put it? Let's put it over here. Oh, actually, let's put it over by the Galactic Board of Trade. What this unlocks is the ability to buy artifacts directly from the game. I mean, you can do that in a couple other ways, but it's in smaller quantities. So as from before, if we tried to buy some alien artifacts in the Galactic Board of Trade, the minimum size was like 2,000, and we don't really need 2,000 yet, so it's a bit overkill. So this building, it does research as well. Hence the name. I'm going to turn the poppers on so we can see. So it takes a bit of time here to generation, but let's see how much research is coming out of it. Eight. Not as much as I thought, but it's faster than the small research labs. And we can import alien artifacts by the 100, which is really useful. Because we're going to need to buy them for other things. So what that unlocked was ancient alien manufacturing, which allows us to build a quantum version of the microchip factory, which generates a lot of microchips. but it actually consumes the alien artifacts as it goes. So it's pretty expensive as well. What else did we unlock? There is one new thing that's unlocked from just having enough atmosphere. Actually, since the last video, or somewhere in between, we went over 5 million atmosphere, which is unlocks. It's basically more atmosphere, so it unlocked some things like, I think the large park was one of them. So it's like an entertainment kind of building. It uses a lot of wood, but it holds a lot of people. But it's a 9x9 building, and we're kind of short on space here. Maybe we can find a place for it up here. I want to put it more central though, because we want people to be able to get to it. Maybe I'll replace these green domes, because they're kind of in between two chunks of housing. So I'll sell some of these to make room. Might need to sell even more. That should do it. Whoa, not quite. It's big. It's not the most efficient use of space for an entertainment building. The pyramid's actually better, but we don't have enough aluminum for that yet. Let's go into entertainment. 1,000 aluminum. Actually, we could buy the aluminum and build a pyramid, but we want to build both just to show both. So we'll build the park first. It's huge. Jeez. It uses the green bots to build. Now that's going to take a while to build. Maybe we can buy some aluminum and build the pyramid as well. It is 6x6. We could put it we could put it over here, because we're done with these gold miners probably, because these gold synthesis labs have taken over that duty. Is there anywhere else that's more efficient? You want it to be kind of close to housing, so where would you build it? Can't make up my mind. Let's put it here, because there's enough space here for now. Let's park you over here. Get these guys out of the way. Clear some road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason I keep opening that menu is that I want to be sure that my quick kind of sell key is not activated. Sometimes by mistake I've sold some really expensive buildings because it stayed enabled after, which was not fun. A pyramid. We need, let's buy some aluminum from the enrichment place. How much do we need? We need 1,000. I did sell a lot of stuff at the Galactic Board of Trade, so we do have some excess cash. A lot of clicking. Okay, now we can build it. Let's put it right here. That's also going to take a while to build. But it holds 600 guests and 25 tourists. So compared to this green thing that holds 8 guests, this is like one of the most optimal places for people to get their entertainment. Plus tourists generate admission, which is kind of a small amount of income. Park is going to be done in a while here, but there's another new building, not that new, but fairly new, which we haven't built yet, is this Hipster Bar, which is kind of like an upgrade of the pub. Maybe we'll build it over by some housing here. It's 2 by 1, so we could place this screen dome. The description for this building is pretty funny. Talks about like super expensive booze and stuff. Let's build 2, just for the heck of it. So we've got some workers in there already, and they hold 36 guests, so they're pretty good in terms of space usage. And our park is done. So the park only holds 350, and it's pretty massive, so it's not the best use of space, but we have 0 guests going in so far. Hopefully they'll go in eventually. And our pyramid will be done soon. Any other new stuff I can build? Well, these single family homes, they were unlocked when the atmosphere went over 5 million. And they're just like housing. They're kind of cute. I mean, they hold 6 residents, but they're not really useful because they're not like high density housing. I think there's a blue version as well. Oh, brick house. Let's build one just to show it. You can always tear them down later. There we go. They added a feature a while ago, so let's you to move the buildings. It's kind of nice. So there's we haven't built a plastic factory yet, which consumes oil and creates plastic, which is used to build toys later and other things. But it requires a lot of aluminum as well, and we're kind of getting low on aluminum and money. So maybe we'll build some other stuff, research some other stuff. Low gravity husbandry. This allows us to make a sheep farm, which we don't really need, but it generates wool. We can buy wool just on the market from here or from the Galactic Board of Trade. Wool. It's pretty expensive actually right now, but or you can grow your own. How much is a sheep farm? It's pretty cheap, but it's huge. We'll build one just for fun. You can always tear it down. I don't think I think that's the only thing that gets unlocked with that husbandry. Tourist traps. I'm going to do a whole separate video on tourism, so I won't research that just yet. Advanced robotics and tall construction. These are both very new. They just came out in the most recent release. They let you build some really big buildings. Tall construction lets you build a space elevator and a really tall residential building. I might save those for future videos. But we might be able to do the advanced robotics. Yeah, let's research it. Oh, but first, here's our sheep farm. You can see out of the stats menu if it's showing up yet. No, not yet. But it generates wool. In a few minutes, it'll show up in there. It doesn't generate a lot of wool, but oh yeah. So now we did the robot manufacturing. We may need another research thing to be able to build a robotics factory. We might be missing some certain component. I think we need plastic to be able to build it. So let's see if we can buy some plastic. I don't think we can, no, we can't import plastic here because it's kind of like a durable good that you manufacture. And I have a feeling it's really expensive in here. Plastic, 90,000 per 100. Super expensive. And the reason is that all these new buildings that they just released, they all require tons of plastic. And so everyone's like consuming the plastic and driving the price up. So we'll probably have to build our own plastic using that synthetic, the plastic factory. But we're going to need a lot of aluminum for that, and 2200 aluminum. Can't build that right now, so maybe in the next video. I think that's probably it for this video. Yeah, there's some alien, more alien technology coming up that lets us build an aluminum generator, which is one of those key buildings that just generates aluminum for you, which is like one of the expensive materials. But I'll save that for the next video. So if you like this video, please please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you'll know when I release new videos, which is about every day or every other day. Okay, thanks for watching.